everyone, and welcome. Today, we have a very special guest, a wonderful YouTuber by the name of Colette Elizabeth. And on her channel, she talks about helping Black women to embrace new seasons of their lives and with purpose and joy. And she come on this channel. Welcome. If you're new here, I am Danny, and this is Natural Ally D. And on this channel, we talk about things related to enhancing our overall quality of life and well-being. So I want to welcome my guest, Colette Elizabeth, and say thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and
Great
sharing.
being here.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And sharing your space and time with us to talk about, I talk about aromatherapy, and as um, my guests may or may not know, I am a social worker and aromatherapist. So I try to combine both in order to help my audience or share with my audience. So today I wanted to bring you on to share a little bit of both, if you don't mind.
Yes, be great, be fun.
Yeah. So guess I want to share a little bit of background history for you, and then we'll get started. Okay. So, Colette has been a 33-year career in the private and public sector. After 27 years, Colette recently retired from a government agency where she served as a program manager. Prior
Okay.
to retiring, Colette was responsible for training, training, coaching, and mentoring managers. Colette is an inspirational speaker, a vision strategist, and a sought after workshop facilitator. She is an award winning trainer, co author of 2 books, and certified life coach. Who doesn't need one of those, right? She holds a Bachelor's of Arts in English, a Master of Arts in Leadership and Organizational Studies, and as well as an Associate of Arts in Theology. Colette is in the last year of pursuing a PhD in leadership. Colette lives in California and is proud mother of 2 beautiful daughters. Both are graduates of UCLA. Woohoo! So again, thank you so much for being here.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm pretty excited about joining you on your channel that I love and watch.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. So I want to get a little feel for how um, your experience with essential oils and how you expand that to help Black women, if you don't mind. So we're going to get started with a little bit of questioning for our audience, and we'll go from there. Okay. So, um, how do you come, or how did you come to know about essential oils?
Well, Danny, I am a child of the 60s, and I was born in Berkeley, California, which, as you know, is like is the hippie capital of the world at that time. Um, of course, Berkeley is known for all things natural, including essential oils. So you can say I'm a baby of essential oils. My mom, she burnt incense all the time. My aunts and many of my relatives, they used essential oils in lieu of fragrance. So I'm very, very familiar. And been around essential oils. Don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm familiar with people using essential oils in my life, including myself. So,
Oh, awesome. That's good that you had that sort of background or
yes,
introduction to it long time ago. So that's wonderful.
yes.
Um, have you ever used essential oils yourself? You said you're familiar with them, but have you been like hands-on with using essential oil? And if so, explain some of your experience using them.
So I have used essential oils. I used to go to a popular store that specialized in selling commercial essential oils,
Okay.
wore fragrances for essential oils for years.
Okay.
And the store is, it started in Berkeley, and I'm not sure if it's around anymore, but were essential oils in lieu of fragrance. I love fragrance for many, many years. Of course, we all, are familiar with the plug-ins, the plug-in oils to around your home. I always had those. That was always in my budget to buy plug-in oils because I like things to smell fresh and a certain way. You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right,
incense, in the area that I live, it's not uncommon to see somebody selling homemade incense, which of course they use essential oils. So, been around it forever, and so I've always used essential oils.
yeah.
I should say, I should pivot, change that by saying for a little bit, I stopped using them only because I didn't have access to them, but I've resumed since I started watching your channel, using them quite a bit, using some of your tricks on for different things other than just fragrancing myself. So, yeah.
Right. I thank you for sharing about the plug-ins, 'cause that's all I knew before I started was the plug-ins you buy at the grocery store. And
Right, right.
that's all.
A lot of people.
And come to find out that might not be 100% pure essential oil.
Right, right. You don't know what you're getting really. The other thing I wanted to say is I also used essential oils in some of the hygiene products that I use.
Mhm.
So for the hand soap, the liquid hand soap, I used to put in white tree oil because I understand it's an antiseptic, and mix it in with the hand soap because I had two little girls at the time. They were involved in all kind of sports. I have one of them is very curious, so I always need to make sure the hands were very sanitized. So
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's innovative, most definitely.
yeah.
Let's see, what else? So, having said that, your familiarity with the essential oils, did you realize that they perhaps like had different properties or potential uses outside of antibacterial, like the benefits of using essential oils, like for our systems, our body systems, or what have you? Were you familiar with that at all?
Just a little bit. I've become more knowledgeable about it watching your channel, but prior to that, I remember my youngest child, she's 21 now. She
Mhm.
probably won't be happy that I'm talking about her, but
Oh,
I used to use one of the commercial baby brands that included, an essential oil-ish type of thing inside of it. I think it was lavender, the purple one, and I would use it in her body, in her bath water, lotion her with it, because it helped her sleep. And then just different things. Peppermint. I use peppermint oil, for different things. I remember when I would do different little cleanses and things for odor for the mouth. I would put some peppermint oil on my gums, because at the time I couldn't have any, I was following one of those diets, low carb, no carb diets, you know what I mean? So
okay, okay,
essential oils for that too. And sometimes I think I might have used it before for like fungus, feet fungus for one of my kids.
okay.
Um, yeah, I think we used it for that. And so just different things, that talking to the older women, sometimes they tell you, aloe vera plant and then essential oils, for natural remedies to different things.
Which is a blessing to
Yes,
have that knowledge,
yes,
to use things that are natural, because that hasn't always been so, as far
yes,
as being, I guess, widely known or widely
yes.
used. I guess depends on what the area where you're in too.
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. Um, let's see. So there are different ways, like I shared on my channel, of using essential oils. Like you can do inhalation, topically, and in a bath. So you mentioned about using it in hand soap, right? So that would be considered, topically using as a wash. Um, in a bath, have you ever used essential oils in a bath or familiar with that? Or just simple inhalation?
Yeah, I like I said, I mentioned I used it for my youngest daughter when she was an infant, and I probably have used essential oils in bath water, not knowing mixed with something else. You buy these products and they say different things, and I'm sure some of them had essential oils because the water would be a little oily, So sure, essential oils were in some of the things that I've used before, you know.
Right.
And I find that beyond the smell, it's just soothing. kind of soothing, makes your skin feel good. And so, yes,
Awesome. Great. And that's always good to know the different ways that you can use essential oils, right? So one of my videos I talk about that where it 5 things to consider even before using essential oil so what you're using it for and for what purpose, that's always important just to know why you're using it. Like you mentioned the white essential oil that you use in hand sanitizer, you knew that that had antibacterial properties, right?
yes,
And just the same with that essential oil and any other one, know the reason why, what properties does it have that you're seeking to use it for? So that's awesome. Yeah, and
yes,
lavender is known to be a relaxant. It helps
yes,
you to be soothed. So that's
yes,
awesome. Okay.
yes,
So along with essential oils, you also use carrier oils so that to help apply to the skin or carriers, period. Carriers could be oils such as like jojoba or grapeseed. It also can be bath salts. Now, were you familiar with any sort of carriers at all or knew about using carrier oils?
I know I've known and heard about all I've heard about the jojoba oil and the
Mhm.
grapeseed oil as well as sea salts. I just didn't know that they were carrier oils. I learned that from your channel and I didn't even know what carrier oils were for. I learned that from your channel. So thank you for the information that you provide. But yes, I was aware of the oils, but I didn't know what they were for. I didn't know they were called or classified as carrier oils.
Right, right. And I should clarify so it could be just a carrier or carrier oils because powdered milk can be a carrier in a bath,
Okay.
or dead sea salts can be a carrier for essential
Okay.
oils, mixing them in the bath. So it's just something to help dissolve the essential oil or help to make the application better and also not cause, irritation, for example.
Okay.
Uh, like, for example, one of my videos, I mentioned about tips and tricks that you could use to, and I'll leave a link to that video here or in the description as well, where you can take, for example, a cotton ball, right? And I shared a tip or trick that you can use a cotton ball, put 1 drop of carrier and 1 drop of essential oil. And for women, you can put it in your brassiere. But you want it to be on a carrier because if it's directly on your skin, it could cause irritation if there's no carrier oil with you. So that's just a tip or trick in case anybody wants to try it.
And I love the tip a trip. I have it in there now. I would take it out, but that'd probably be too much. But I love it. I got it from your channel and I've been doing it ever since.
Awesome.
Love it, love it, love it.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's see. So we talked about like the basics of using essential oils, knowing how to use them, um, knowing about carriers when using them, and so safety, is my big thing on this channel. Safety, safety, safety. And with that safety, also essential oils have a shelf life, right? So were you familiar that just like I guess with the other products that essential oils, or did you know of the shelf life about essential oils?
I did not. I wasn't really aware of the self shelf life until I started watching your channel. Again, I learned a lot about the essential oils from my family, but my family, they tend to be hoarders. So they keep stuff. And so, no, I was not aware of the shelf life. A lot of the things that I did use in the past, most of it was used within very quickly.
Mhm.
But it is good to know and to have your channel as a resource and educational tool to learn about how long we should keep something and how we should store it. And you've answered so many questions on your channel. For example, I didn't know why a lot of the essential oils that I buy have the darker bottles, brown or what have you,
Mhm.
mostly brown. I've seen them in, and I think I've seen dark green too, but I'm not sure, or blue.
Mhm.
But I didn't know that. So, just having the information available um, in a way that we can just look and see, okay, it's been very helpful. So thank you so much for your channel. But no, I didn't know about the shelf life.
Oh, awesome. You're more than welcome. Yes, the safety is always key and the shelf life. And you mentioned about the color bottles. So that's to help keep light out, right?
Mm,
So that because essential oils can oxidize, and so you always want to keep the lids on tightly and to make sure that they're in a dark bottle so the light doesn't get in them and cause oxidation, which lessens the potency, if you will, or efficacy of the essential oil.
okay,
So that's why it's cool, dark place, if at all possible, for
that
sure.
makes sense.
So, what do you think that you wish you had known about essential oils? Maybe blending the different essential oils or something else?
Um, Probably safety would probably be the number one thing. Like you just mentioned about how to properly store them and where to store them. Like I didn't know that it should be in a cool place. I would put my stuff anywhere, medicine cabinet, that can get hot. I don't have a medicine cabinet anymore, but medicine cabinet under something, in something, it's just good to, I think, be aware of safety. So I wish I had known more about that. I also wish I had known more about the carriers. I like you had mentioned they help to eliminate or decrease irritation on the skin. I have put stuff on my skin directly, not knowing why I was irritated. I like citrus smelling oils. So, it smells good. So you don't realize, hey, if you put this directly on your skin, it can hurt you. So the carrier
Yeah.
information would have been helpful, to know as I was growing up and using, essential oils. And normally the commercial stuff is very diluted and they do whatever they need to do. So you don't, you know, you're not getting the concentrated oil. But when you buy the concentrated oil like I'm doing now, just being aware, wish I had known I was how to use it properly or how to use it safely.
Right, right. And you mentioned absolutely. So you mentioned about citrus oils. I'll mention that, yeah, some citrus oils are phototoxic. So if you're putting them on your skin, you really shouldn't be spending time out in the sun. So no sunbathing and no sun tanning.
Right. Okay.
Or be
Check, check.
you're right. So that's one of the things to be aware of. That's why it's always best to know why you're using what you're using and the safety guidelines for essential oils. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Yes. So we're gonna go in a little bit, shift gears a little bit and talk about the use of essential oils. And I know on your channel you talk about your series on self-care right now.
Yeah.
And, self-care is just of utmost importance for us as Black women because you mentioned that we give so much to others, and sometimes put ourselves last, right?
Yes. It's true.
And with that self-care, it is my hope that talking about self-care, it is my hope that this channel brings self-care to us, as a community, providing information that could be of benefit to enhance our life, and that includes self-care. So with that, what would you share with Black women based on your experience or knowledge, previous or new, about essential oils that you feel that might be beneficial to help them with, like, for example, a toxic work environment, which is another series that you do on your channel, or self-care, or supporting one another.
Right. So, right now, as you mentioned, and thank you for mentioning my channel, YouTube channel, Colette Elizabeth. We are currently, as this particular video is being recorded, I'm going through Radical Self Care for Black Women series. And in that series, I break down the 5 areas of care: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social. And in the emotional and mental area, I'll, I have provided tips, like tips on how to support those areas. And one of the tips I provided in one of my videos was the use of essential oils. And in fact, Danny is going to be on my channel talking about essential oils. But I think it's important because I have learned from your channel and other resources that essential oils can be extremely beneficial for helping with your mood, uplifting you, and things like that. Just smelling them and being around in them. I mentioned that I'm using one of your tips of putting essential oil on the cotton ball. I think I used too much because I just realized you said one drop. Me, I'm always doing more than I'm supposed to, but I have it now in my bra. And just being able to smell the citrus oil or the citrus scent, it's very refreshing for me. So if I had one thing to tell Black women as it relates to essential oils and self-care, uh, using essential oils is a simple and quick way
Mhm.
to support your self-care. Maybe you cannot always go to a therapist, and of course I'm not saying this takes the place of therapy or
Right.
anything, but let's say you are down or you have something going on and you just need a pep. I find for me that smelling something nice like essential oils or something fresh like an essential oil is really, really beneficial. And even before I saw your channel, I always knew I felt different when I smelled my essential oils, whether it's on me or other people, or if it's in an incense or whatever. So that would be one thing that I would say.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, most definitely. Essential oils do help uplift your mood, And I mentioned on one of my videos, 3 essential oils that will help uplift your mood. And I'll put a link to that in the description as well. So I thank you for, mentioning that and sharing that. Your passion or thoughts about that and using essential oils with Black women and self-care. It's important to make sure that we feel good, right? Emotionally, mentally, and environmentally, so that we can be what we're designed to be, our divine,
Yes,
purposely divine assignment, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, is there anything else that you would like to add about um, your use of essential oils, or anything that you would like to know at this time?
Well, I just wanted to say that, I because essential oils, a lot of times some people are allergic to fragrance and they can't wear a fragrance for whatever number of reasons.
Mhm.
But, I find essential oils to be, and I love fragrance. I like expensive fragrances. But I find essential oils to be a perfect alternative to wearing commercial fragrances. It's something that's natural, it's from the earth. And I feel that it really is God's perfume for us, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, and even if you can't wear it on your skin, I know there are times when I've had cards, little like pieces of paper, putting fragrance, whether it's a perfume or it's essential oil, putting that on and just fanning it over my nose, those kind of things are very, very helpful. I put them in my car because I like things to smell nice wherever I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I just think that when we surround ourselves with things that are pretty and things that smell nice, it boosts my mood. I think it boosts my mood, it boosts how I feel. Even though I may be in a situation that may not be what I want it to be,
Right.
I at least have that to look forward to. So, I appreciate your channel, and I appreciate you using the platform to kind of share with us alternate ways that we can, make our surroundings a little nicer. So thank you for that. And thank you for the safety tips. I'm learning so much every single time I watch one of your videos. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're more than welcome. It is definitely my pleasure to serve, and that is a true passion of mine to give back and give back to our community in the best way that I know how, or the gifts and talents that I have been given. What is Maya Angelou Lowe's saying? When
Right.
you learn, teach, and when you get, give, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I can't help it. And it's the social worker in me as well.
Right.
So,
Right.
but most definitely. And so, with that being said, I thank everybody for watching. A special thanks to our special guest today. I appreciate you sharing all that, your knowledge, wisdom, and all that you do on your channel. I encourage everybody to also look at her channel, and particularly for us Black women, is definitely inspiring and encouraging and uplifting. You can
Thank you.
never have too many sisters in the fight to uplift one another, all right?
That's for sure.
So again, I thank everybody for watching. If you haven't got a chance, I'll leave a link in the description that talks about introduction to essential oils so that you understand how to use them or to start to use them. Or if you're curious about using them safely before you even start, that would be something that, you can look into. So again, I thank everybody for watching, and until next time, God bless you. I love you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.